T-minus 50 seconds. T-minus 40 seconds. T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
All the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that, guys. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome back to Team Kopish. It is a live match preview for Liverpool versus Manchester City. Liverpool navigated through Real Madrid like a hot knife through butter. Now, can they put the citizens to rest in their quest to make it 5 title wins in a row? Can Liverpool and Arne Slot put the final dagger in Pep Guardiola's title charge? Thrifty, how are you doing this evening, bro?
I'm all right, bro. I'm all right. Obviously, we're a few days out. We normally would film 2 days before, but we thought we'd go early for such a big game this week. And I think maybe that's why I'm not feeling as anxious maybe as I will be in a day or two's time when we're a little bit closer. But good, man. And just came off the back. Big up everyone who joined me as well in the big up watch along. Came off the back of a brilliant game, bro. Tottenham Roma was a brilliant game of football, bro. Proper good game. So
what was the final score in that game?
2-2.
I got to ask, how did he play?
Hold on. Oh, yeah. He was all right. He was all right still. He's all right. Couple shots wide, some good pass in the midfield. Yeah, he was all right still. He was all right. He didn't quite look like he would be able to have that type of performance and make an influence in our team. But obviously, it's just one random game. We know he's a good player. But it was a really good game, bro. If I'm not mistaken, Spurs hit the post or the crossbar, where they hit the woodwork 3 times, if I'm not mistaken. Roma had the ball in the back of the net twice, but both was just offside. Like, it was a crazy game, bro. It was a crazy game. It was actually really enjoyable to watch. Me and Jamie had a blast. Big up, Jamie. I don't know. No, Jamie might be live himself now, actually. But yeah, we had a blast, man. Really good game.
Fair dues. I mean, I hope they're treating him well, man. He's one of the ones that got
22 mil they got him for, isn't it?
All right, thanks, Drift. Talk about rubbing salt in the wound, bro.
No. Currently, we don't need his style of player, bro. He is very similar to what we've got.
Nah, him and Gravenberch next to each other would be fake.
But bro, he likes to go forward more than Grav does, though. So like, I still don't necessarily think they complement each other.
It'd be this, brother. It would be alternation, brother. It'd be alternation. I'll set you go. That's what you'd be hearing on the screen, bro. That's what you'd be hearing. And now, big up everyone. As always, when we get behind the mic, please make sure you subscribe, comment, and like. Right, Liverpool versus Manchester City. Going into this game is always anxiety. 2 of the best teams over the last 10 years, would you say, in the Prem, pretty much?
If you're putting a collection together of what it done, Man City overwhelmingly the best, and then
of course.
In the last decade, we're definitely the next best after them, yeah.
All right, big up Sarib. Me and him were on Egal's channel earlier. Sarib's surgical with it when he was breaking down certain debates and stuff. So big up Sarib, big up Born Red as well. Guys, subscribe to their channel.
Is Sarib a Liverpool fan?
Yeah. Born Red. He's with Avi.
Oh, yes. Big up Avi. Oh, okay, yeah, I'll check them out still.
Going into this game, Drew, there's a lot of pressure on Manchester City and Pep Guardiola given their recent run of form. And I think a lot of people have this notion that Liverpool are going to go and roll them over. And yes, it's absolutely possible. On our day, we can roll anyone over. And that's no disrespect to anyone. We literally can. We did it to Leverkusen this season. We've done it to Man United. Are we going up against a team that is a wounded animal? And we all know what you say. If you back a line into a corner, they come out fighting. Is this more dangerous than if Man City were in form?
You can look at it two ways. You can look at it in the way you've just said, and then you can also look at it in the way of like common sense would tell you that we should win it. So yeah, you're right. There's two ways. But I'll say they're worse than the wounded lion, because the wounded lion probably still doesn't really back up because they're about it, and that's how a lion is. But they're the kind of like the wounded fox kind of thing right now. But what makes them dangerous is they've got cubs. So you know what a wounded fox is like when it's got cubs, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you should be able to win the fight, but you still got to be like worried because they've got extra incentive to be extra dangerous.
When I was living at my mum's when I was younger, I almost got attacked by a fox because there was cubs underneath the shed and I didn't realize.
Yeah,
it would have been a long day for me, bro.
Those cubs are Man City's reputation right now.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? The Man City are trying their hardest to defend that reputation, bro. You know what I mean? But they're wounded. But that's danger. So don't think, even though we should win this, we're going to win this. It don't work like that. It really don't work like that. If it worked like that, then we would have beat Man United. When we was talking about the other day, was it 2019 or was it 2018 when Bobby got injured like 10 minutes into the game and it was a 1-0 and we should have battered them that game, bro.
Yeah. 18,
last
19.
season. We should have beat Man U twice last season. Yeah. We let them knock us out the FA Cup somehow, and we let them get a draw in the league with us. Arsenal weren't full strength when we went to the Emirates a month ago. We're supposed to win that game. It don't work like that because we didn't win any of those games. That isn't how football works. It's the reason why we were so happy we won 3-0 at Old Trafford this year, because we know those are the type of games that normally you get that. For whatever reason, you just get the underperformance from us, or the other team overperforms, and then somehow we've drawn the match, and we're like, how the hell did we let that team just get a draw?
Yeah.
And that's what I'm worried might happen with City. Everybody thinks, Liverpool just going to walk over them. Do you remember the build-up to the Arsenal game? Everybody, Liverpool's going to whoop Arsenal. They've got Odegaard missing, Saliba's not playing. Right? And look how much Arsenal are up for it, because they were hearing all the talk that everyone was saying as well. And I don't think we turned up that day, personally. So I'm a little bit worried that might be something similar that could happen here, bro. So, yeah. I hope I'm wrong.
I hope you are too, but I am very anxious going into this game. And on paper, we should roll these guys over, especially with their injuries, their form, how we're playing, our form. Okay, when I say this, don't take this the wrong way, anyone. I fear under Klopp, sometimes we played the occasion more than the game. So far under Arne Slot, we feel to be playing the game more than the occasion. However, because it's City, because we know the implication, we know potentially a win on Sunday could end City's title charge. I have anxiety. I don't think, and plus, Pep, as you said, has to protect his reputation.
Mm-hmm.
Pep thinking outside the box is either going to be extremely dangerous for us or extremely beneficial. We've seen it both times. When we played them in 17-18 in Champions League, you tried to think outside the box, we smashed them. When we played them in the league, when they first switched to the 3-1-4-2 formation, when Stone started playing midfield and then inverting as a centre-back, we got moved to. We got moved to. How do you think Pep approaches this game, bro? Do you think he sticks to his principles and his philosophies, or do you think he changes his tactics?
There's one of two ways he goes about this for me. He either completely changes his tactics to a more defensive-minded way of thinking because he's going to try and stop the bleeding, which won no victories in 7 games, or no victories in 6 games, 5 losses in a row is unprecedented for City. Like, this ain't never happened before. So he could want to stop the bleeding. and
I
be
don't
willing to
even.
change all
I
his
don't even know
principles.
if that happened to Klopp.
No, bro, apparently it's never happened to anyone. I don't think any top flight manager has ever had 5 defeats in a row. Yeah, I literally think Pep has actually broke a record of like top flight managers, which is weird considering he's the best. But yeah, I don't think any top flight manager other
Swear
than Pep
down.
has won 5 in a row. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure I heard that. Yeah, he's the first one who's like done 5 in a row.
I've been professional so far, man. That one, boy, that one set me over.
No,
the
but
edge.
this is what's crazy though, bro. So that makes him more dangerous. So you can either go defensive, like you're saying, and do the whole like come outside of what his normal thing is to stop the bleeding, or he could actually think to himself, because I need to win this game, otherwise I am. Because within his own mind, he probably is thinking I'm out the title race if I lose.
All I'm
this
hearing
week.
in my head is someone please call 911. Oh, that's all I got in my head at the moment. Just someone please call 911.
Which is
John,
yeah.
you know. Jeez. I didn't
But
realize.
bro, he could also be looking on it. He could be looking at it like this as well, bro. He could be looking on it like, you know what? If I lose this game or I don't get the win, I'm out the title race, because 8 points is already difficult enough considering how we've got so many injuries, etc., etc. I'm just gonna go all out attacking. If I lose, I lose. If I win, I win.
Sorry, pick up football talk podcast. It's like the gods are just working, bro.
That is actually hilarious.
That's crazy.
That's actually funny. That is
That
actually
is crazy.
Funny. That's actually funny. Life just throws things at you sometimes that are either coincidence or proof there's a God.
No, that's not coincidence. That's God sending a message, bro. I don't. The big man upstairs is sending a message. He said, "I see you, lot, man."
Yeah, that's mad. Still, that's actually mad. Andre says we're adding a charge. Hopefully, it's us getting charged, bro, with an assault charge on Sunday.
Sorry,
yeah.
go on.
No. So I was just gonna say it could be either one of those things, bro. He's either gonna go all out attack to try and make sure he gets the win because he knows if he doesn't get the win, then he might be out of the title race, or he's gonna try and preserve what he's got and hold on till January, and he's just gonna go against all his principles and go super defensive. He can't do an in-between because they don't have a team at the moment with enough fit players to do an in-between. So he's got to stick with what he's doing and just hope it works, or go ultra defensive. He can't find a medium ground.
I hear you. Liverpool obviously off the back of a fantastic win against Real Madrid. However, there are 2 injury concerns. Conor Bradley, who dealt with that French brother yesterday, real bad. And Ibu right at the end of the game from Endrick. Do you think either of them will be fit enough to make the squad?
No. Apparently Ibu's okay, but we've had no confirmation, so I don't want it to be a thing where I get excited about that and then we find out it was fake news and he is hurt. That'll really annoy me. So I'm begging that there's nothing wrong with Ibu and the rumors are true. But I still think he would probably be benched maybe as a precaution regardless. Unless like it was impact and then the swelling's gone down and he is completely okay. But I'll probably say best to not risk him. I know we need to win this game, but best to not risk him. Bradley, though, we know hamstrings, bro. Even if it was just a little bit of a tightening rather than an actual tear or anything like that, he still needs a week or two's rest. He won't be playing in the City game. No way. That would be mad if we do. That would be too risky when apparently Trent is okay for the game. So yeah, no, I wouldn't do that.
Okay. One player who wasn't featured yesterday, that is Trent, is apparently fit enough to start Arne Slot said, I believe. Let's say, in fact, he's fit enough to start. Given that his was a hamstring injury, do you still think it's a risk that we're bringing him back too soon?
Well, this is where it would depend, bro, on whether or not Ibu's okay. So, say for example, Ibu was actually just a knock and he's totally fine, and he even trains tomorrow and he's totally fine. Then I'll play Ibu in the game and I'll put Gomez at right back to not risk Trent for no reason either. And then have Trent on the bench in case maybe we need him during the game. But I would much prefer Trent isn't risked at all, because there's no need to risk him with Gomez waiting in the wings. If we didn't have Gomez, then I'd be like, we got to take the risk and we got to play him. But with Joey waiting in the wings, why take the risk with Trent? If Bradley is totally 100%, so if Ibu is 100% okay, and it was just a precaution and an impact thing, and he's fine. If Ibu's got a bit of a worry about him, maybe you would have to play Trent, because Gomez would have to go at centre back, because this is a bit too big of a game for Kwanzaa based on how little football he's playing.
Let's not go too far. We're gonna do predicted lineups and stuff, surely. So let's not go too far.
But Trent's had a week off now, which is cool.
He has. Liverpool have a fantastic record against Man City at Anfield. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, they haven't beaten us at Anfield since the pandemic season, when there was no fans in the stadium, when they beat us 4-1. Ali had a mare that day. And then before that, I think it was 2000.
We were drunk that year as well, bro, because remember, that would have been
it was a season
when we just come back off of the break, was it?
No, that was at Etihad the following season, and the pandemic the following season. It's not the pandemic season, the season after the pandemic season. It really was the pandemic season, but they call our one the pandemic season.
Okay.
So it's the season after that, they beat us 4-1 when Ali had a mare. Before that, I believe it was 2003 where Nicholas Anelka got a brace to win the game. Do you think that will have a bearing on this fixture, the fact that they have struggled at Anfield for such a long time?
So, sometimes these things are true, even though you can't figure out how, because there's different managers, different players, and it still seems to be the same hoodoo. Tottenham versus Man City is a good example of that. That they've had about 4 different managers and a whole lot of different players, but they still seem to have some hold over Man City, and they're just their bogey team. So that can be true. So even with a different manager and different players, maybe the jinx will still continue, hopefully, and we can get that win over City. And, at the very least, a draw, because and we don't lose to them. But those things are always there to be broken as well. That's the thing. So it would just be Liverpool to let them win for the first time. And then it's the time we weren't meant to, and it gets them back in the title race and all that crap. Do you know what I mean? So, and make no mistake about it, if they win this game and reduce it to only 5 points, the momentum it will give them from the win as well, and what it could do to us psychologically to have lost the game we weren't meant to, could put the whole title swing in a whole different bracket.
Yeah,
because it happened last year, bro. If you remember, we went into that game at the Emirates after beating them in the FA Cup, 5 points ahead of them in the league. And even a draw pretty much takes Arsenal out of that title race. But we let them beat us. They closed it to 2 points. Then they went on a run from the momentum and the positivity that win gave them. If we'd have beat them, or we'd have got a draw in that game, they wouldn't have had the pep in their step to be able to go on that run. I think beating us gave them the positivity to go on that run they went on. And that might happen to City, bro. They get a win at Anfield when they're not meant to, with all the issues they've got. Hold on to our coattails or even close the gap by January. Then go and recruit. Whole different fucking season, bro. Whole different season. And we got Man City, Newcastle, and Everton. I don't know about you, bro, but I don't like the idea of not winning this Man City game with those 2 difficult away games to follow as well, bro. So that's how football can humble you real quick. That's why I'm only being happy in the moment and not getting carried away. Anything can happen. So we got to get past City. And we have to put everything right now into that game and make sure that the unthinkable doesn't happen, which is a weakened team comes to Anfield and we don't take advantage of being able to possibly knock them out of the title race. So yeah, I'm pretty anxious about this game, bro. If I'm being honest.
Really quickly before we do squad prediction or starting 11 prediction, the officials for the game. I think, if I'm not mistaken, all of them from the Greater Manchester area. How convenient.
What's new, bruv?
Do you think they'll have a factor or play a factor in this game?
Of course they will, bruv. Referees seem to be affecting us at every turn, bro. Even the ones who don't have the bias in Europe are still looking terrible. When was the last time we ever had a game and we didn't complain about the ref? I think maybe one or two times at the most this season we've had a game and not complained about the ref. The majority of the time we're always complaining about something to do with the ref. Even yesterday, bro, you even go back and you look at the robo tackle and you're like, there's only one angle it even looks remotely like a foul. All the other angles is the player dives. I'm like,
that for me was a red. Sorry, a pen. My frustration was the Endrick one. Endrick should have got a yellow card before he even did the last tackle to Ibu, because there was a couple tackles before that.
He was throwing himself about. Yeah.
But also, we were getting yellow cards for any time we touched them, and it was only towards the end of the game where they started getting yellow cards. So it was frustrating. So, right, I'm going to do the starting prediction 11. If you haven't already, guys, smash that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Let us do this. Filled in a few of the player names already. So Kelleher in goal. In fact, is Allison back for this game?
It doesn't matter. I'm still playing Kelleher.
I agree. I'm planning to do a controversial members video about the goalkeeper situation. I'm going to give you a Matt heads up. I'm going to do it by myself because I feel as though you're going to judge me for some of the stuff I say. But I want you guys to watch the full video before you get at me.
Maybe it's best I don't watch it at all.
Maybe, actually. It might actually be for the best still. When I say for the best, my livelihood. So, he starts right back.
Again, it does depend, don't it, on the availability.
Slots apparently come out and said that Trent is ready to start.
No, I mean with Ibu, it's all about the availability of Ibu, because I don't mind Trent being right back if Gomez has got to fill in for Ibu. But I would give Trent the night off if Ibu's fit, and I would play Gomez at right back. What would you do?
No, don't try and put this back on me, bro.
No, I'm genuinely intrigued as to what you would do.
What would I do?
Yeah,
I would pray to God that Ibu's fit, and I would play Gomez from right back. But I don't think Ibu will be fit for the game.
So then we got to go Joey at centre back, Trent at right back. Then,
yeah. Any shouts for Kwanzaa? I would. By the way, I'm doing the exact same. I just got asked the question.
Nah, not considering Kwanzaa's barely played. It's not about his ability, but he is proper in the cold. This ain't the type of game, unless you're forced to, that you play a player out from the cold like that. It's too big of a game. Too big of a game.
Given that Costas is out, Robbo.
Yeah, it's got to be Robbo, yeah.
Are you concerned about Robertson for this game?
No, not really, you know. I know a lot of people are, and I know that he has had a few games that's been quite dodgy recently. But at the same time, I thought he was pretty flawless against Real Madrid. Other than giving away the penalty, which can happen to anyone. Mendy gave us one. He's a quality left back. And so it can happen to anyone in that regard. I think he was extremely hard done by the penalty that he gave away against Southampton as well, because I need to go and check those rules, because I heard that it had to be the player being fouled who was on the line, not the player committing the foul. The player who's being fouled wasn't in the box and they gave the penalty. I thought the rules were it was the player who's being fouled has to be on the line. But hey, so I think that Robertson was harshly dealt on both penalties, but he still gave them away either way. But I still think for the most part, he was brilliant against Real Madrid. I think it'd be very disingenuous and almost agenda-driven if somebody's like, no, shit, don't play him, when he just had a really good game against Real Madrid. Like, it wouldn't make sense. But again, you never know what you're going to get with Robbo in his older days. So you might get a bad performance out of nowhere. So it is a slight concern, but I just hope that he's up for it.
I hear it. I am worried if Robbo plays against Savinho. Savinho's a very tricky winger, and he for me, you'd have the beating of Robbo. Gravenberch obviously plays. Who starts next to Gravenberch?
Right. Let's get down to business. Is it?
I know what I'm doing, by the way. I just want to see what you're thinking.
Usually, there would be a massive part of my thinking that would be Energizer, Bunny. Let's get Soboslai in this midfield because we need the energy, we need the legs. Catwalk settings. But right now, it seems more like a front cover photo shoot. just get all the sexiness in there, bro. Just sprinkle that midfield with McAllister and Jones to add to Gravenberch. Just put the sexy in there, bro. You can't even see the legs on the
sexy
front
back.
cover, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is waist up, bro. This is front cover settings, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm doing the exact same. Do you know what? We talk about Szoboszlai's energy, and rightly so. He's got energy for days. But I think it's a bit telling that's the first thing we think of with Szoboszlai. Because I'm pretty confident in putting my neck out on the line and saying Jones runs just as much as Szoboszlai and covers the pitch just as much as Szoboszlai. So why do we never speak about Jones?
He just can't do it as quickly. That's what the difference is. Soboslai's got a lot more
but
pace.
He's always in the right position to do something.
No, he's because he's just a brilliant player, isn't it? He's growing into a brilliant player.
So that's my point. Why do we never speak about Jones's energy?
Because I think it is just because the pace of Soboslai does help because he is a lot quicker than Jones.
But what else is the problem? What I'm getting at, Biff, the fact that Jones is mentioned for so many other things before his pace. Sorry, before his energy. That speaks volumes. Like,
no, it's true. It's very true.
Yesterday felt a little bit like, I'm not going to go as far. No, I am almost a changing of the guard to an extent where Bradley stood up and was like, "No, I am the guy, Trent. I'm fully your full competition now." And Jones almost went, "Nah, I'm going to start fulfilling my potential now. Like, I'm done with this nonsense. I'm going to really, really show people what I can be and what they saw in the academy." Yesterday, them two really stood out and were just like, "Yeah, we're about it." That for me was Jones's best performance in the Liverpool shirt, and he's had some excellent performances. That one for me just stood out though. He was so good last night. Pause.
Yeah, he was. I watched back extended highlights, and I think we were sleeping on just how good McAllister's passing was during the game as well. Like it was mad some of the passing he was doing when you watch it back.
That's why I had to take you out of the stream yesterday because that's what you were moving a bit mad. That's why I didn't want to do it, but that's why I took you out.
I gave McAllister a high score. You took me out for Nunez's score and Jones. Was it Jones? I think it was Jones and Nunez when you took me out the stream.
Oh yeah,
it wasn't McAllister. Yeah, it was Jones and Nunez. Yeah.
Yeah, you were still moving a little bit. I didn't want to have to do that, and I want to apologize on stream, and hopefully I don't have to do that again.
I still gave Jones 8.5. It weren't like I didn't give him my highest score.
I know, way too low though. Way too low. You're better than that. All right, Salah on the right. The left wing and number 9 positions. I feel we're going to disagree here.
No, not really.
All right, go true. What are you saying?
I think Slot is going to play Nunez. If Nunez plays, I also think he scores. But I totally see the sense in what I think you're going to say, which is we do up Colombia style down the middle and play Cody to be crossing the balls for Diaz, who for the most part has been a pretty exemplary number 9 in the times that we've seen him play there this season, whether it be last 10, 15 minutes of a game or whether it be the whole game against Leverkusen. He's done really well whenever he's gone down the center. So I get the sense of what you're saying, bro. I get the sense of what you're saying.
Yeah, for me, I'd be doing false 9. I want to drag City centre back all over the pitch, bro. Like, especially if their midfield so depleted at the moment, I want their centre backs running everywhere.
What about the pace of Nunes? Not that Diaz is slow, but what about that extra pace of Nunes to hurt the defense, which seems like they can't cope with pace at all at the moment?
All right, so my stance on Nunes at the moment is, and bearing in mind I gave him a high score yesterday for his performance because I do think he had a good game. My issue with Nunes when it comes to a game like this is his pace and endeavours there, but the things that worry me for a game like this is your first touch and awareness have to be on point when you play against City, because one mistake and you might not see the ball again for a minute. So that's the first
I think
thing.
his first touch and awareness has been pretty good this season, bro.
I think it's still inconsistent. I'm not saying it's been poor, but it's inconsistent. Then his finishing, I still think his finishing is too inconsistent. And then also that I can see them trying to rile Nunes up.
Do you think they've got time for that though?
Yeah. If I'm Pep Guardiola and I see Nunes' name on the team sheet, given how we're playing at the moment, I'm reaching into my dark arts bag and I'm saying, Ruben, Josko, go and wind him up. Try and get him sent off.
But is it a good idea to try and do that at Anfield?
Yeah.
Because if the crowd gets behind Nunes and that's seen as the thing that gets us up for it, like we've seen when it's happened in the past. Remember the tackle the other day in the what was the game before we went to the international break? Was it not Leicester? Who did we play before the international break, bro? Villa. Do you remember during the Villa game when one of their players tried to like smash into Trent, I think, and like everybody just like got up, and it was like from that moment we just took the game away from Villa, and that's whole atmosphere Trent. Was just. Do you remember?
That's Trent though. I don't know how teams haven't learned this. If you start with Trent, you're starting with 60,000 people. I don't.
No, but we're all scousers on the day though.
No. I hear it, and don't get me wrong. Obviously, Nunes is loved. But that's a different type of love you got for Trent. Like, I don't understand why teams keep targeting him at Anfield. Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
Because he's probably the one in our team that's easiest to lose their rag, surprisingly. He does get wound up. Yeah, I don't think any of our players really get wound up like that. But Trent is one of the ones I think gets more wound up than others.
Although saying that, I did see Virgil leave a little bit on Mbappe yesterday, which was kind of
no, but like, that's just Virgil being Virgil. He's not even wound up, bro. Sometimes
no, I know, but I was still shocked when I saw it back. I was like, "Raw!" Did he say something to you in the locker room or something?
Remember, Virgil left one on Havertz when we played Arsenal, and there was someone else as well. Was it Villa?
Captain Virgil's getting a bit nasty now. That Henderson ain't around, keeping checking it. Like,
no, bro, you know what? Because he's been watching Kopish and he's seen me saying, "Can we stop letting people bully us?" Because that's one thing I didn't like, that we're all nicey all the time. The Virgin's like, all right, I got this. I'm going to show these. And they already know they don't really want it, bro. You know what I mean?
Ghost, I don't want any trouble. I know what the Nunes army is, brother. That's one army I will never F with, bro. Like, trust me, I will never, ever go toward the Nunes army. There's only one winner there. But yeah, I don't think Kwanzaa's regressed. I just think our expectations of him were sky high and they've been leveled out now, if I'm going to be honest.
Do you know what it is? I think he's unfortunate that his progression in his career has just fallen in a time where there's no time to give him. Because it's a new manager. If Klopp was still here, Kwanzaa would have played way more because it would have been a seamless transition from last season. But under a new manager trying to do new things and everything's different, he's unfortunately just being one of the casualties in that situation. For this season, it absolutely has no bearing on his future. I think he's still a super talented kid. He played well when he came on for England as well. Remember, he played a little bit for England.
Bro, I have no issues with Kwanzaa.
Yeah. Kwanzaa will be fine, guys. We ain't got to worry about Kwanzaa at all. He's a 21-year-old who's just falling into a time of his career where, unfortunately, he might have to wait a little bit longer because of the progression of the team. And Joey's better than him. For as much as Kwanzaa is an absolute prospect and is a really good young player, Joey is way better. So, of course, you're going to play Joey anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, people, let's not forget how good Joey is, people. I know he had that one bad season, and everybody takes his whole Liverpool career with that bad season.
He redeemed himself from last season. He's redeemed himself. if he hasn't redeemed himself with people, then I think they're kind of just holding an agenda, because he redeemed himself and then some last season. He played right back, left back, centre back, and DM last season and played them all to a high level. If he ain't redeemed himself with the fan base, I don't know what else he's got to do, bro. Like, he was mum, dad, uncle, brother. Like, he did everything, bro. So Joey's fine in my eyes. Pause.
Even Bradley had to wait his turn. Think about it. Bradley had an exceptional season last year, and until Trent's injury, Bradley had the whole bench. But look what he did when he came in, because this is what the young bucks do. They just wait for their turn. Yeah. And then when they get their chance, they come in and they show. Kwanzaa played well in the League Cup as well. So he has played a couple times this season. You know what I mean? I know he gave away the ball that one time as well, and everyone's like, oh, God, whatever.
The Brighton game was a bit bad, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. But, you know,
he'll be fine.
He's a little rusty, man. He hasn't played.
So let's make a decision, Drift. Who takes the last two positions on the field?
Because we're basing it on what we think will happen, I think Diaz will go left wing and Nunes will go up front. Because here's the thing, bro. Because I was going to say, what about if we played Nunes? So what if we played Diaz false 9 and we put Szoboszlai on the wing because he's got the pace to take on Walker, with Walker like slowing down and whatnot. And so from a pace point of view, I remember that's where he played for Hungary as well. He performed well during the international break for Hungary off the left wing as well. Shout out Jamie, who was the first one to say, could Szoboszlai make a better left winger than any other position?
I also said that.
Didn't you get it from Jamie though? Wasn't Jamie the first one to say?
No, me.
I thought Jamie was the first one. Fair enough.
Just coming.
Genuinely, I did. But if it was you,
wiping the bars off with the flowers, bro.
But the only thing I would say on that, even though that would actually make sense, is I don't think he's gonna play Walker. I think he's going to go Rico Lewis back at right back, because he's going to know this version of Walker can't deal with Liverpool's wingers.
I think this version of Walker punched up Pep in the locker room after the game. Something, Drift, if I'm not mistaken, you did the watch long for the final game, no?
We was doing the Arsenal game, but we was going in and out and seeing.
When Pep left the pitch, did he have any marks on his forehead?
He definitely had the one on his nose.
When he left the pitch?
Yeah, when he left the pitch, he definitely had the cut on his nose, yeah. Because I noticed it during the game, yeah.
He didn't have the scratches, though.
I don't know, but because they never zoomed right in, because I'll be honest with you, it does look like a man who was just doing this and like just going mad at himself.
It looks like someone was trying to claw at him to get him, brother, and everyone's holding him back. Carl Walker's an animal.
I don't think Carl Walker's about that life. If you say Haaland,
Carl Walker's definitely about that life.
Nah, I don't. Not beating up manager life. I don't think Walker's the type of player that will try and beat up a manager.
I reckon Pep probably said something at a turn, and that probably pushed Walker over the edge. That's the narrative I'm running with.
I don't know. If it was Haaland, I can believe Haaland's got that switch in him that he might up a manager.
Obviously, Haaland does, bro. Haaland's out there telling Arteta to stay humble and all this. They didn't even work together, bro. Like, Haaland got smoked. Haaland got smoked for everyone. So if Walker was playing, I'd be more wanting to play Gakpo, because I think Gakpo would take up half spaces rather than be direct at Walker. And I think Walker struggled with that. That's why he struggled with Mane, because Mane just knew how to outsmart him. It wasn't even athleticism.
But Mane also had the pace and the skill, though, bro.
No, I know, but because his mind was quick, he's like, you're not catching Mane in his prime when he's past you, innit? If anyone can, it's Walker. But because Mane's mind was so quick, once he's gone in it. So your pace don't mean anything anymore because Mane's outsmarted you.
Because Mane was the master at coming across you. So you had to take the red card to take him out, or you just had to let him go. Mane was the master at that, bro, running across the run.
Just knowing how to time his run. I remember his goal in 1920 where he scores the header when Walker's nowhere near him. The game where we played them in the quad chasing season where it finished 2-2 and Salah set him up and Mane runs across Walker and Walker doesn't see the blind run. He just outsmarted him every time.
Yeah, but remember, Mane made a career out of doing that. Like, he was so good at doing that. Remember, that's how he got the thing he sent off at Chelsea in Thiago's first game for Liverpool. I remember Villa, Crystal Palace. Newcastle. I can even think of games where like the defender just had to let him go and he's dinked the keeper or put because he's just made that run across the defender and the defender knows, shit, if I touch you now, I'm getting a red card because I'm the last man.
His
you know
instincts were incredible. So yeah, that's our lineup then. Or that's the lineup we believe Arne Slot's going to go for. Let us know in the comments, guys, whether you think he will go for that lineup or not. Right, Drift, it's that time. Predictions for the scores, bro. What are we saying? Liverpool versus Man City, Sunday afternoon / evening. How does it go?
Flipping no. I'm gonna go a cagey, but get the job done 2-1. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
I'm laughing because I was in the Gals channel and that was my exact prediction as well. I'm going 2-1.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Cagey, but we get the job done 2-1.
I don't think we score more than 2 goals. So it's either 2-0 or 2-1, but I lean more towards a 2-1.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have got to stop making a comparison with the Tottenham game as well. They're not going to let that happen again. Yeah. Tottenham did that so that no one else has to. It was, you know what I mean? It was one of those things where I just think I've got a feeling Pep's going to bring in some kid we don't know who has a fucking masterclass out of the academy. And because this is the other thing that worries me, Cal. How many times have we played a team and we never even hear about this shoot ever again? But it's one random game against us. This kid plays and he just plays out of his skin. Not even in just big challenges. Like I've seen us play against smaller teams and be like, who's this kid? And they'll be playing some random
30-year-old at Southampton.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And you're like, who's this? And he's like roughing us up and he's playing well. He affects us. And then we never see him ever again. He's like, who's that player that played that time against us? Remember when Chelsea came and stopped us winning the league in 13-14? Who the fuck was that kid that they had at centre-back that day? Never heard of him ever again, bro. Unbelievable.
Was it Callas?
Something like, you remember I'm talking about, innit? That young kid that had to play at centre-back. Never saw him. Yeah, Callas, the people are saying in the chat. Yeah, never saw him again. Yeah, Tanganga in that game versus Spurs. You remember that one? When he came and had an absolute worldie, bro.
Bobby dealt with him, though. Bobby still dealt with him.
Yeah, but still, man. Or the goalkeeper normally turns into prime Buffon and has the best game he's ever had in his life at Anfield. We've seen this story too many times, Carl. It happens to us all the time, bro. Yeah, so I'm thinking he might have some youth player we don't even know about, brings him in, he has an absolute stormer in defense or midfield or some shit like that. And you know what I mean? He might even put Stones in midfield. Is Stones fit? Because I heard that he came off in the final game, but I don't know if he's fit or not. Let me check if Stones is fit. Because he'll just put John Stones in midfield, Cal, because Diaz is back. And this is the thing. He'll go Diaz and Akanji at centre-back, put Stones in midfield. And we know Stones is good in midfield.
Right. Emil Heskey in the chat's right. Asensio yesterday at centre-back.
Yeah, look how good he was, bruv. He looked like an absolute G, bruv.
Apparently Stones is injured.
I'm just looking at something now from the Evening Standard saying John Stones, Mateo Kovacic and Oscar Bob latest news and return
Moses, Mr. Moses comment. Right.
Oh, hold on. I'm not even there. Let me... a stop-start season of injury front continues for John Stones during the defeat to Spurs. His first appearance since the Carabao Cup lost to the North London side. The English international lasted only 45 minutes on Saturday and was replaced at halftime by Ake and then missed the entire final game. So his return date is unknown, but that doesn't mean no.
Yeah. Ruben Diaz is available for the game.
But Ruben Diaz is back, yeah. Kovacic has a potential return date at some point during December, but he will definitely miss this game as well. So, yeah. Yeah, it probably will be. It probably will be Pusey that will play. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie. Pusey plays, Nunes will be all over it. So. And we have to play Diaz for his dribbling.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm gonna be so unprofessional if he plays and we win. I'm gonna be so unprofessional. Oh man.
At least if I hurl what would usually be an insult, it won't actually be. Nah, the poor kid, man. We gotta stop, man. We gotta stop. But the jokes are just there, innit? And you know what? I'm sure he's in good spirit. I'll be really surprised if he actually gets upset about it.
If he went to my school, he'd have no choice, bro.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it does bother him, but you gotta be a sport. Like, say for example, if some people have a surname like Dick or something like that. You just gotta, no pun intended. You just gotta take it, bro.
Oh man.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it'd be a crazy one. Tell these supers before we start getting carried away. Del John Jr. says early prediction 3-1 Verge header less.
Tyrese says you just gotta firm it. It's true. It's actually true.
UK Beat says it's beginning to look a slot like Christmas. Our team's been gifted by Arnie Bradley. Said, sit down, Killian. Brother got twisted. Big up Kopish. Killian out here dancing.
Be humble. Bitch, sit down.
Holla. Mr. Moses says, weekend predictions for our title rivals drop points. I think Arsenal will scrape the win against West Ham.
Oh, no. They're going to put
Chelsea
Chelsea other than that game against Newcastle, bro, West Ham have been terrible this season.
Yeah, I know. Chelsea are dark horses, you know.
Do you know what Chelsea have to do? They have to stay ahead of Arsenal. If they just continue, even if it's on goal difference, if they just continue to do that, it will put Arsenal off. It will add pressure, and it'll get them involved near the end when they didn't even think they were involved. All they got to do is keep pace with Arsenal. They're right there now. Just keep pace with Arsenal. That's all they've got to do.
And they're effectively playing one game a week because they're resting their full strength 11 every time they play in the Conference League.
Yeah. Fair play to Maresca. He's actually using that for the first time for what it should be because they've got so many good players.
Well,
they can actually put a team good enough to win it.
When you've got 78 players, it's easy to pick 2 11s, isn't it, bro?
Yeah, it's true. It's actually true. So he gets to win that tournament without affecting his Premier League team at all.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Brilliant from him. Tonic says City a cautionary tale keeping players too long. To an extent, yeah.
Does this not go to show though, guys, why we shouldn't have been going so mad at Klopp and Liverpool when we did it? Because it kind of just is what it is. And Real Madrid did it. Everybody does it. They keep their older statesmen around. It's just thankfully for Real Madrid, they brought in a couple of youngsters that balanced it out, and they were still
that's
good.
What we did do, and their Real Madrid and Man City's elder statesmen have been performing to a high level, maybe up until this season.
But so was ours up until we went on the quad chase, and then afterwards they just couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah, but the problem is, even when they still went on that demise, like we still want to keep them.
No, because they would have been squad players. I don't think Man City should get rid of. So, like, Kyle Walker would still be in my squad for next year. I'll just be buying a first team right back because he can't play first team.
That's my point. I think there would have been more than just squad players.
I mean, we never know. We never know. But again, no disrespect to Endo because I like Endo. But I think that Flacco last season could have done everything Endo did, being a backup, playing every now and again. But if we'd have had another midfielder that Flacco was only playing 15, 20 games a season rather than 40, then I think Flacco would have still been all right for one more year. But we'll never know now.
Yeah. Just Lab says, I'd be cautious. Diaz been out and they've lost when he ain't playing. He was on the bench, though, last game, so he might come back. He's pivotal to them. Shout out to that.
Pivotal to them, yeah.
Daps was saying he almost certain that Diaz will play because the defensive structure of him is really bad. Rebel Piscinieri. Sorry if I butchered your name. I'm just gonna call you Rebel. You man see Pep's face after the game the other day. They're saying Foden and his mum mashed him up. Someone put hands on Pep. I'm saying it was Kyle Walker or Haaland. With all due respect to Foden, he ain't about that life. Sharif says, win and you guys got to rename the channel. I can't say that Q word.
Sharif, let's not go down this road, my brother, because we've been down. I'm not ready to get my heart broken like that. So we're just going to stick to one competition at a time, bro. One at a time.
If your heart stays broke, it can't be broken anymore, bro. I'm ready to get hurt again.
Let's not do it. We're not going to.
I got this ice box where my heart used to be. I'm so cold.
No, but if you want to do a Mario tune, you're more like speeding, bro, because you're always getting ahead of it, bro.
Before we sign off, anything you want to say to the people? We got anything coming up?
Oh, speaking of West Ham Arsenal, I will be there, guys. Gifted TV, big up Saturday, 5:00. Make sure you join me for that one. Let's have some fun. I let Matt do the Arsenal game, and they won. He didn't get the assignment. So I'm going to try and bring the judge back. Because Arsenal haven't won a game I've done this season, Cal.
Keep that going, bro.
So I let Matt have the last game against Nottingham Forest, and absolutely battered Forest. So I'm hoping to bring the judge back. But no, all jokes aside, I will be there, guys. So make sure that you join me for that one. And let's hope that West Ham can do what I don't think they're capable of, which is at least taking a point off of or getting a point out of the game. I think West Ham are going to get moved to differently, but we'll see. We'll see. I think Kudus is back from his suspension, but he's been out for a little while, so he could be rusty.
I don't think he is.
I think it might be 5 games. Let me check if Kudus is available for this one. Kudus, is he available? Oh my days. Do you know Kudus is actually a word which is used to express praise or admiration for someone's achievement in Greek thingy.
Yeah, bro. We've said the word on here, bro.
I didn't know that, you know.
Bro, you've said the word on here.
Oh yeah, shit. When you say kudos, oh yeah, fucking hell. Oh yeah.
What is wrong with you, bro? Hold on a sec. You said it bare times, bro. What's going on, bro?
Oh my days. Fucking hell. That might be my worst. That actually might be my worst. I'm tired, guys. It's midnight.
It's spelled different though, because it's kudos is Kudos, whereas his is US as an N.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna lie. That it's 12. It's midnight, guys. Allow me. I'm knackered. I've had a long day.
What?
I've had a long day. I've actually had a long day. Yeah. I've had a long day. Allow me. I'm absolutely knackered, guys. Is he back? Let me check.
The camera says it's the painkillers, Drifty. It must be. It really must.
You know what? It might even be that. I'm not even gonna lie. I did take some just before I did the Tottenham game. It might even be that.
It's crazy.
It's not giving me anything on his ban now.
I'm almost certain he's got 1 or 2 games left on the ban.
Let me.
Kudos out there just slapping people, man.
Not for some reason. Nothing's. It's saying now Arsenal apparently are monitoring Kudos, which is the first thing that comes up when I say Kudos available for Arsenal.
Yeah. Still don't see how it makes sense for him to leave West Ham and go to Arsenal, but in terms of where would he actually play, it doesn't make that much sense to me. Because he's not going to play ahead of Saka.
But he would be the type of squad player that they would love to have in it, because you know what I mean? When you think about what he's doing at the moment, especially like when you buy like 8 defenders and he likes to have cover, he would be buying Kudos to try and do that same thing, wouldn't he? Where he's got a player who can now play different positions and can fill in, and like he wouldn't just be a set play; he'd play like all over the team.
But would he want to go and be a squad player at Arsenal?
He would, more so than he would want to play for West Ham in a struggle.
Yeah, true.
But that, pardon me, that would depend whether anybody's going to go and try and buy him. That would play him because remember, we wouldn't play him as a first team player either.
Yeah, true.
So
very true.
Hold on, so guys, I know I'm just trying to make sure I find, because now I just got my curiosity now of whether Kudos is available for this game or not. Because it does change things a bit if Kudos can play in this game. It definitely changes things a bit.
Yeah.
Alvarez is available again after his recent suspension. Although Kudos will serve the last of his 5 matches. So you're right, Cal. Yeah. Kudos isn't available, but Alvarez is back. I'd rather that was the other way around in terms of being able to affect the
Although
game.
Kudos from the left wing just isn't as effective.
Yeah, and Arsenal only have Ben White and Tomiyasu who are not available. So apparently the team who's got the worst injuries in the whole world only have 2 players unavailable. So yeah. We'll see. But maybe Alvarez can bring a little bit of steel in the midfield, hopefully. I'm
gonna be real. When I hear Arsenal fans talk about injury crisis and all that, this is how I feel, bro.
Then shut the fuck up in 2024. You sound
dumb. I'm just over it, man. I'm so over it.
Bro, that has to be the anthem now. If anyone says anything that gets on our nerves, bitch, shut the fuck up for 2024, man.
Oh, man.
I want to try and go into the edit room and put your face over Joe Biden's there, bro.
Oh, man. No, that right there. When I first came across that, I couldn't stop laughing. I was in the state for a while.
Yeah, bro, like, you know, send me that clip, bro. I need to edit that clip, bro. I need to edit that clip, bro.
I just don't know how you can get so angry on a music podcast, brother. I don't get it.
They talk about everything, though.
Yeah, that is crazy, though, man.
I remember one time, no, to go on the tangent when they were talking about when they took what's her name out to a club and they went out, and this is why they don't like bringing females with them. And they said that as soon as they got there, she just left them. And then they didn't see her again for the rest of the night. And they're like, bitch, you came with us. Like, what the fuck? But then because she's so popular, innit, she was just off in people's sections, whatever. They said they didn't see her again for the whole night. So yeah, they talk about loads of like random shit. So God knows what they was talking about when he spazzed out there.
Yeah, I've said that over. Do your work, bro. Do your work. Paul A said, did you see Robbie say we haven't played anyone? He didn't say that. Did he say that today?
No, he didn't. He didn't, Paul. He didn't. What he said was, and I'm still gonna have to talk to my brother about this, but he said every time we play somebody, doesn't it seem like a bit of a coincidence they haven't been at their best?
Oh, what you mean like Arsenal last season? Oh, do tell. We'll be seeing him soon anyway.
The irony, bruv. The irony. I was watching it. I was like, brother, come on, man. You can't say that after what happened at the back end of last season for Arsenal. Come on.
Trust me. We'll be seeing Robbie soon anyway.
We'll talk.
That's our brother.
We know that the Sporting win was a big win. Don't get me wrong. But it could have given Arsenal what we see happen a lot, which is that false sense of we're great again kind of thing. That you beat a team 5-1 and then you get a little extra pep in your step kind of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Crazy.
I do think he's doing it for a wind up though. Vern's right. I think he is just doing a wind up thing. We know Robbie likes to wind up the opposition. So I think he's just doing a wind up thing still.
I hope so.
Look, Arsenal and Liverpool have a hatred now as well, remember? You got to remember, we do have a select because of the fan base. I don't think the clubs necessarily, but I think the fans seem to have a bit of a we butt heads a lot. Liverpool and Arsenal.
I think I'd say we butt heads. I wouldn't say there's a hatred there though.
Not like Man U, but you know what I mean. A rivalry of like I don't know. We just
Sorry,
yeah.
did
we
Robbie say their
battered them.
victory over Sporting was more impressive than our win over Real Madrid?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Ross Clark.
He said it was more impressive.
Okay, you know what, people? Let's wrap things up there. Don Robbie must be on the drifty painkillers. I don't know what go on, man. I don't know what go on. Crazy. But people, if you haven't already, smash that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. We will be back live tomorrow morning and in the evening as well. Might be slightly earlier in the evening, so make sure you switch on the notification bell. We've got 2 shows for you tomorrow, guys. Can't say that we're not spoiling you. Saturday we'll probably have a break, but Drift will be on Big Up covering the West Ham Arsenal game, and then on Sunday it is the big one. So people, make sure you're following us on all the socials. Make sure you're following us on here as well and subscribing and switching the notification bell. And
Cal, what we saying? Sorry to cut you, bro. What we saying?
Sorry.
If the guys want the calling show tomorrow, 1,000 likes on this video, or we're canceling the show.
Yeah.
What are you saying? Because I love our community, but we've just got to start reminding the guys they got to just hit the like button. We get like 200 likes or 300 likes on the video with 10,000 views. It's not making any sense, guys. It's not making any sense at all.
No, I agree with that, Drift. I actually
not
agree.
Making it, and the calling shows for you. We do that show for you guys. So just do this one thing for us, guys, and hit that like button. Come on, guys. Let's get this video to 1,000 likes.
Yeah, I don't think we're asking for much by asking for some likes, people. I may be wrong. I don't. And also, guys, if you haven't come over to Big Up as well, I don't know what you're waiting for.
Yeah, you see how much fun we have.
Like,
come on, guys.
Is
Jamie still live for us to redirect?
I'm literally just checking now, so I'm going to redirect to him. I don't think he is. Oh, no, he is.
He's still live, yeah.
Yeah. So, guys, make sure you head over to Jamie's channel. Put Kop-Ish Raid in the comments when you're redirected from here. So stay here. When the video finishes, you'll be redirected to Jamie's channel. And then we go from there. And look, just to end, guys, this is how I feel that we still have to ask you guys for 1,000 likes.
Then shut the fuck up in 2024. You sound dumb.
Make it up with you people. Until we see you next time, stay safe, stay blessed. So hit up Jamie's channel with a Kop-Ish Raid, and we'll see you soon, people. Take care.
Peace.